Jones, Coach Mello will give us his letter grade on Jalen Hurts' first start and Doug Peterson's play calling.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Before the week started, right? ESPN, first take was like, "Wow, Jalen Hurts about to go against the number one defense in the league in the New Orleans Saints. How will he perform? Will he execute?" Let me tell you this. Let me tell a little glimpse about Jalen Hurts, you guys. Jalen Hurts came from the SEC. You think Jalen Hurts see competition every week in a Auburn, in a Georgia, in a Florida, in a LSU every week? Come on now. I like the fact, he was able to stay poised in the pocket. Most quarterbacks, once when they freak out, they're like, oh my God, they're scrambling for their life. But, one thing I like about Hurts, he can stay in the pocket. If he doesn't see anything, either hit the check down or he runs, he scrambles for a couple of yards, even for a first down. I do like the fact, on the read option, he did a great job with that. He knew when to give it, when not to give it, when to keep it. And honestly, I like that back shoulder throw to Alshon Jeffrey for the touchdown. That was a good throw by him. And the only bad thing I could give him was that one fumble loss he had. That's it.
Yeah, I think to add on to your point, Cam, when you talk about the Eagles and the game plan, I think we have to also shout out Doug Peterson. I think he called a good game for Jalen Hurts. Scheming Jalen regular open and getting him involved in the game with the checkdowns, even though one of the catches could have been obviously called the offensive PI. The refs didn't call it. All right, we'll take it. And I think that he did a good job of scheming guys open and just opening up the game for Jalen Hurts and playing a conservative but disciplined game. And I like Jalen Hurts' poise. And like you said, like you alluded to, this brother been in the SEC. This brother, had to transfer schools from Alabama to Oklahoma to get his start, and everywhere he went, he won. So I think this is a brother that is going to do good things. I'm just interested in seeing how the offense progress going forward. I don't know if this is sustainable for a substantial amount of time. I think you have to evolve with Jalen Hurts. I want to see him stay in the pocket, and deliver the football. If he can do that, then the Eagles have some serious questions that they have to consider going forward.
Yeah, I'm going to jump right in here and hop on with the Peterson play call, man. Definitely helped Hurts big time. And the thing that I'm looking at here is the fact that they established the run game finally. They used Miles Sanders the way he's supposed to be used, and he rumbled for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was huge to the success of Hurts because it takes the weight off the quarterback's shoulders. And Hurts himself, I thought he did a really good job all in all, improvising and making the necessary plays with his feet to get first downs. 106 yards on the ground with that. That more so overshadowed, his performance through the air. But, I did like what I saw from him with his passing. It showed me that, when he was throwing for 70% completion percentage in his last year of college with Oklahoma, he showed me some good flashes of how accurate he can be in this game. I thought he threw a lot of nice balls. And all in all, I think I'd give him an A- for his performance. He did what he had to do. Obviously, the defense picked up the slack. It was kind of similar to a Tua start, although he played performance-wise much better than Tua. And, when your defense is playing really good and your coach is utilizing the weapons that he has around you properly, it only bodes for success. And all in all, I think Hurts did a good job with not turning the ball over as well compared to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that was a really good point. Some really good points you guys are bringing up about Jalen Hurts and the way Doug Peterson schemed the offense. A couple takeaways from this game that I realized was, number one, I feel like the Eagles nor the Saints didn't really know what to expect from a Jalen Hurts-led Philadelphia Eagles offense. And I feel like when Jalen Hurts, when he's, yesterday, I think he played very well, but I just really hope the media doesn't overreact and use this as, okay, this guy's the real deal, because we've seen it too many times. We've seen Taysom Hill work for a couple of games. We've seen Tim Tebow and all those different kind of players work for a couple of games, but ultimately, it runs out. And I feel like with the Eagles, even though yesterday was a really nice win, they obviously made some progress. I agree with Kenny C. They really did a nice job establishing the run game. Their defense even showed up for the first time in a while, forcing some turnovers. But at the same time, I think Eagle fans have to remember the big picture is that if Jalen Hurts is winning, yeah, that's great, but I feel like it still doesn't necessarily solve your big problem at hand. And I love Carson Wentz more than anyone, but I can't defend him. He hasn't been good this season. And the bottom line is he's making $35 million next year. We can say all we want. Oh, he'd fit great with the Colts. He'd fit great with another team. But right now, I'm not necessarily sure if another team is going to be able to take that money on his contract. And if you're the Eagles and you just have a $35 million quarterback on one hand, and then another hand, you have a backup who, is playing well this season, I don't know what you do.
Well, I think there's two things that you said, Zach. But I'm going to refer to the last thing that you just said, since it's fresh in our memories. That when you were talking about Jalen Hurts and Wentz and him having to be paid over $30 million, I think you're just going to have to go with the hot hand and whoever gives you the best chance to win. I think these next 3 games is very crucial, maybe 4 or 5, depending if they win the division. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to say the next 3 games with Jalen Hurts is going to be very critical. You're going to have to watch that game and evaluate, and evaluate his performance and say, look, does he give me the best chance to win a game? I don't care if I got to pay this. If I got to pay this brother, it's going to be hard. Obviously, you got to pay the brother still. But at the same time, if Jalen Hurts gives us the best chance to win, you got to ride that hot hand. But another thing, too, that you did bring up when you said, I hope the media don't overblow this. Well, guess what, Zach? I don't think you should hope. I think you should know that the media is going to overhype this because that's exactly what the media does. Remember Tim Tebow? Tebow. Whoa. Where's Tebow at? Home. That's where he's at right now. So the media has a habit of, when you fall off, yeah, he's the worst thing that's ever made. And if he has a good game, he's the best.
But I'm asking you guys right now, do you think Jalen Hurts could be the future franchise quarterback of the Eagles?
I can't tell you that after one game. I'm sorry. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that after one game.
I think he needs some more time.
Yeah,
especially with the fact they have virtually zero offensive line, and yet they still produced yesterday.
I'm saying the way he played yesterday, do you think that could work in the future?
Well, yesterday, no, it can't work. It can't work.
It's too early to say, bro.
That style cannot work through every week because
that's like saying because Tua threw for only 93 yards and was like 12 for 17, like is he their franchise quarterback? You can't base it off one game.
I think it's different because that Jalen Hurts is playing with a specific style. I think yesterday the reason why
it was a conservative game plan. You can't be conservative every week. You're gonna have to open up, and he's gonna have to sit in the pocket and throw the ball down the field. Now, granted, he showed me flashes that he could throw the ball down the field. Can he do it consistently? I don't have an answer for you. So how can I say he's gonna be the answer at quarterback? I can't tell you that after one game.
Yeah,
Zach, how do you feel about it? You don't think he is?
Go ahead, Cam.
Well, look, remember a few episodes we was having a discussion like the type of quarterbacks we have in the league right now. Majority of the quarterbacks in the league are system quarterbacks. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect them to do flashy things, just game manage.
Well, it depends. It depends on how you're talking about because I do think it is a system league, but not every quarterback can win you a Super Bowl. The Eagles or its franchise that won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, so I'm guessing that they want to win the Super Bowl. That's their, ceiling, not just, winning games and then getting bounced in the playoffs or not making the playoffs. I think if you're talking about the answer at quarterback, that's going to win you a lot of games. And I don't know I don't see it yet. I have to see more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say he's a bust or not. I wasn't high on him. Coming out of college, I thought he was a gadget guy, but at the same time, I can't let one game just automatically just throw that out. Even though I think he's more than a gadget guy, I just don't know if he's the answer. I have to see more film.
Look, honestly, I'm just going to give you guys the key to this. Jalen Hurts is a great game manager. That's all I have to say. He's a great game manager. You don't expect him to throw over 300 yards, 200 yards a game. That's okay. But he knows how to manage the game well, guys. And I know for a fact he could do this for this Eagles team down the line.
But what's going to happen?
We'll have to see.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
One more thing I wanted to bring up really quickly is that when you're looking at the Eagles as a whole, right, I think we could all agree yesterday's win was a great sign going forward. But I feel like when you look at the future of the Eagles team, their head coach and their GM are going to be obviously under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of fire. And to be honest, Lil, when I asked you earlier, when I was like, if the Eagles can't trade Carson Wentz and, you just go with the quarterback that gives you the best chance to win, I got to be honest, if I'm the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not taking that as an acceptable answer. And if that's the case, if the Eagles can't trade Carson Wentz, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm really considering firing Doug Peterson. I'm really considering firing Howie Roseman because that's a huge problem. You can't have a quarterback making $35 million sitting on the bench. Can't happen.
Well, that's something that you can't really, unless you trade him, that's something that you can't reflect on and stay on forever. You have to move forward. And I think the owner from what I heard, wanted Jalen Hurts to get out there and get that opportunity. He almost got upset at Doug Peterson for that. So I'm pretty sure if Doug Peterson was like, all right, we rocking with Jalen Hurts next year, I'm pretty sure the owner is gonna be okay with that.
Right, but if you're an owner, you're investing $35 million of your own money into a quarterback, and he's sitting on the bench. What does that tell you? That
you want a $35 million quarterback costing you games, or you want a Jalen Hurts, winning you games. I mean, I like the win.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm pretty sure the fans.
Okay, that's fine. You can throw that argument to me.
I mean, either way.
Either way, it's a huge issue. Jalen Hurts winning,
of course.
Jalen Hurts being the future of the Eagles is nothing anymore.
It's undoubtedly an issue because, if you keep Wentz in and he continues to play horribly, then if you're trying to trade him, you're going to get nothing for him. So, in a sense, it was a good move, but at the same time, if you rock with Hurts, now you're losing a lot of money.
Exactly. For me,
I think they take a $25 million cap hit regardless.
Right, exactly. And that's why, for me, I look at this whole situation as a lose-lose. And I got to be honest,
I agree, though. I agree.
I understand Doug Peterson is one role. I understand he's been to the playoffs the last 3 years, and you guys know when it comes to head coaches, I'm very strict, and I get it. But you cannot have that quarterback sitting on the bench because if he is, that's a failure to the head coach, and that means the head coach should be gone.
Carson Wentz, ever since he tore his ACL 3 years ago, he had not been the same player. He always had concussion, knee issues, shoulder issues. It's this guy is unable to stay healthy. So I really cannot blame the head coach on that.
Before, we saw a little bit of talent, but the issue was, can he stay healthy? And now that he's healthy, can he be good? So it's like, they are in a lose-lose situation. But at the same time, if Jalen Hurts wins you, let's say the next 3 games, and he has the momentum and the backing of his teammates as a cohesive unit, I just find it hard to believe that you will play. Either way, you drafted him in the second round. You talk about investments. They've been making bad investments.
Second overall pick.
Guys, remember
GM. Will, that's a great point.
Hurts.
That's a great point you bring up. I think, and I'm not making excuses, I'm just stating facts. I think that when you combine Nick Foles and everything that went down with that Super Bowl and the Eagles' decision to draft Jalen Hurts, you combine those two things together, I'm not making excuses, but when you combine those two things, the offensive line, the fact that they took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, no one even knows who that is, over DK Metcalf. They take Rieger, who looks like to be a solid player, but let's be honest,
Justin Jefferson.
He was on the board. So at the same time, you look at all those failures. Will, I'm going to ask you this. If the Eagles win their next 3 games with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, but as we all predict, don't win the NFC East, would you bring Doug Peterson back? Would you bring Howie Roseman back? Because I would not.
Fella, I think we just proposed literally another debate.
But it's facts because at the end of the day, I think Zach is on to something, and I like facts. So I'm all for it because at the same time, we talk about all these mistakes that the Eagles made, drafting, wide receivers like Jalen Regular over DK and moving on from Nick Foles, who won them a Super Bowl, paying Carson Wentz and drafting a quarterback. Man, I might just make another It's Good to Gamble for the Eagles specifically.
I mean, hey, you may very well be right, Zach, and I can see them clearing house. I'm not disagreeing.
Either way, they lose, so why not try to win?
All I'm saying is that we should definitely talk about this again.